Welcome everyone here today and Happy New Year. First, Happy New Year, and I'm happy to today's very beautiful way begin the new year today and this morning. Just New Year start, a few hours ago, and we are still, doing this morning, receive teachings and also. The other thing is, do meditation practice. That's how New Year begins. And that's a very good way to New Year begin. And then today I like to talk about how New Year resolution. What is really, I think what we need to do this year is, people always say they can do something. What you can do this year, most important is, sometimes people losing weight, some people gain something material or like vacations. But I think 2017, I went to this morning downstairs, Paul's place. He set up his sharing room, meditation sharing room. That means you're doing practice, has beautiful meditation sharing room. And then last night, some other people talk about their 100 days challenge meditation practice. I think all these things are good, goals. Therefore, I think 2017 is how to improve our meditation. We really know how to, goal is how to. But first is how do you really know practically. Sometimes the problem is we thought we know how to practice meditation. What is really, but most people just sit there. You don't know how to practice. The number one is, it's not impact their lives because we don't know how to practice meditation properly. Therefore not impact your life. There are many philosophies, lots of techniques. And techniques and philosophies, many things, but many methods, but actually you know how to practice meditation. You really know, you sit down in a cushion, you know how to do that. I think that means the number one goal is we know how to individual person define what kind of meditation they do. I'm saying, I'm doing, shamatha meditation, or like Pristine Mind meditation, or like mindfulness, or thing. You need to know, you know how to do that. And then second is, if you know how to do it, and then improve your mind. Improve your mind. I think it's a very important one. Is how to improve my mind. There are two things. Improve your mind is first. Number one is how do you, your mind is become more clean or more pristine. That's one way you improve your mind. Say, 2016 is. I have distorted mind. Everybody does. And distorted mind. But 2017, I have more pristine mind. Compare, And that's another goal. Say, I have true, you can do this. I have more pristine, 2017, my mind is more pristine than 2005 or 6. There's distinguished. There's a difference, I think that's really important. That's the priority. That's New Year's resolution. I think 2017, my mind is more pristine. That's one thing, and that's improve your mind. That means, how do you improve your physical, body? It means your body is more healthy, more losing weight. That's really more have energy, more strength. Similar, how do you improve your mind? Mind is more pristine. Means, more clear, more like it. The more your mind is pristine, the more there's a strength There's fearlessness comes with that. That one thing, become more mind is pristine. That's one way improve our mind. The other thing is also not just only improve pristine, mind is pristine. You need to improve your mental events. And improve mental events means what? 2016 or 15, my mental events are very negative. And uncomfortable. My thoughts are, very negative or uncomfortable or distorted, like that. But 2017, I have more positive thoughts. That means the more positive thoughts means you improve your mental events. Therefore, you need to improve more pristine mind. We have more pristine mind. That's really another goal. And then I have more positive thoughts in 2017. And that really means even if you have mental events, the mental events are more positive, helpful ones. Therefore, if you say, "Oh, my mind is more pristine," mental events are more positive, that means you improve your mind. That's the way to improve your mind. Yeah, and then if you do improve these two things, and then you improve your perception, your perceived world is totally different. Most people think world is determined how do you feel, but it's conditioned. But only our perceptions determine what we feel. Our perception mainly negative. Even if we see something positive, we start see negative judgment. And where our mind is completely pristine, even if we see everything, it's just, more good things we see, good things, bad things we see, not negative reactions, more feel compassion. Therefore, bad things react in compassion, there's tolerance, there's patience. You see bad things, and positive things create more positive energy. That's really how someone has really, really extraordinary mind and pristine mind. And that means external world is conditioned as, mainly determined by your mindset, your mind. And that's really understanding. And therefore, there are so many people suffering in this world. The reason is, the number one reason I saw is, they don't want to develop themselves. They always blame others. This problem, this. How about you? I'm not problem. It's not me. There are many people. Number one failure. People relationship failure. Some people go to so much relationship. They're always failure. Or that person's problem, and then this problem, then that problem. Then 10 people fail. So how about you? These people make me suffer. Therefore, they always blame outside, and then you don't want to fix yourself, then they're always same. There's no improvement. And then the same is anything, happiness, joy, and everything, we just always blame circumstance. And that really never think about, someone says, you have something problem in your stomach and always blame, even you eating healthy food, always you blame the food. You always blame externals, but not internally. Therefore, my own, they call self-reflection. I think self-reflection, therefore, once we improve ourselves, and then improve our world. And therefore, how do you improve yourself? Start examine yourself. Mapam Rinpoche says, examine yourself and accurately, without bias, and then you found out, and then that means sometime to realize, I need, transform myself. And I think there's two things. There's people understanding physically, they understanding that, I need to work out myself. You cannot say, I'm sick, but this person's problem. You cannot say that. You can say, oh, I need eating right diet, exercise. That's really way to go. That's really the solution. But we understand physically, but still we don't understand our attitudes. We never understand that way. Mind, mental, emotional, anger, frustrations, everything's, how do we fix these things? And I think therefore, number one is the meditation. Everything is, it's not like blame circumstances, and also improve your mind. If you improve your mind, 70 problems in your life is disappear automatically. Really, I think that's my own personal anything. But how do you problems? And because when let's say your mind is more pristine, your thoughts become more positive, and then what happens? Maybe you have more tolerance. Maybe you have more patience. And maybe previously you see negative, you are no longer see that's negative. And all things are like start without doing anything. This is called improve your mind. I think that's number one. If you want happiness, fulfillment, a good connection, other things, everything starts you. And therefore, how do you change in yourself is through practice meditation. And I think this is very number one. And that's really I think this year's priority. Improve your mind. Improve your mind. And also examine your mind. Same time, examine. Examine means. We have thoughts, beliefs, system, ideas. They are accurate or not accurate. These things we need or not. Sometimes we don't need these things. Therefore, we think we need, but we don't need sometimes. And therefore, that's more. This is I don't need this belief system because it's garbage. You feels good. The old clothes you feels good. You throw out. Yeah, you can take. There's a goodwill. You take care. You take this. Oh, there's so many old socks. Shoes. Anything. I don't want that. You give this feels good. But same is old belief systems. Old belief systems are really, really makes always complicated. And then you just took them, it feels good. Much better than, taking shoes, like Salvation Army. I'm teasing about I think we learn, this learning, still we are, early ages. How do you transform our mind? That's really still human beings need to know. We are very technologically sophisticated, but how do you transform? We are not sophisticated. It's very behind, way behind. Technology is very high. The medicine, everything's high. But how do you transform? Still we are very not that sophisticated. People don't know how to do that. Therefore, so many success people, their mind is really complicated, difficult. It's really wild. So many, musicians die very early age. And people have no idea. Many people into drugs. All sources, because the problem is we need more work. We need more work of mind. We don't know how to do that. All these things, the sign is, we don't know how to transform the mind. I think we need to pay attention to that more. That's how do you do that is improve our mind. I think that's really, it's not, I'm just saying improve mind. I'm talking about how improve your mind. You need to say clearly, otherwise, just improve my mind. You don't work, just make statement, And then I say two things, improve my mind, and you need to have more pristine mind. And your mental events more positive, yeah. That's really improved. These things improved, and then really. you have, let's say you have more pristine mind, your mental events mainly positive, and that means you have definitely positive reaction. Anything you see, anything you hear, wherever you go, you have positive, healthy, happy reaction, yeah? Reaction is good, and happy reaction. But our mind is the opposite one. Our mind is distorted. Our mind is controlled by negative thoughts, and we have negative reaction. Whatever we see, wherever we go, whatever we do is always complicated, difficult. That means unhealthy mind. Yeah, an unhealthy mind, and we don't want to go unhealthy mind direction. And then here, I think you focus this year is what important priorities. How do I have more pristine mind, and my mental events are more positive, positive, and then that's really important. I think, let's say, 2017 is. My mind is much more pristine. I think that's really important. And sometimes, let's say you practice many years meditation, your meditation is very good. And then you obsess your mental events, and then sometimes obsess mental events, and then you ruin the meditation. For example, let's say do this. Someone's everyday exercise, everyday exercise, 1-2 hours go to gym, but they eat bad food same time. Yeah. But one way your health is improving, but you're eating bad food, and you're not, going affect opposite effects. Bad negative impact your health because you're eating bad food. Similarly, even if you do practice meditation, every day, but you obsess mental events, like for example, give like election, this year's election. I give this example because if you do meditation every day, but you obsess election, and every day and you're watching news, and every day people talk about that's like you exercising, but same time you're eating bad food because you thinking of election does reinforce your mental events. And that means you feel, oh, my meditation is good, but what happens suddenly? Because we are so invested in that mental events. The mental events become reinforced, they take over. That happens because we are too much give energy that mental events. And that means we do meditation, but also we are meditating election. Every time you read, and that means we are meditating mental events. And then people feel, oh no, I do meditation many times, very good, I'm very special, but also I'm here, this election is bothers on me. Why? Because the real reason is we give that mental event so validity, and there's very strong ego is identified that particular area, then ego is reinforced. And when ego is reinforced, there's strength, they don't want to hold there. And that means like when someone's every day eating, exercise every day, but eating junky food. And then, now there's battle, yeah, there's battle. Yes, battle going on, and who wins? That that's you feel that direction. That means, for example, 2016, but we create lots of mental events, mental events. But 2017, I think we need to have more positive mental events. Positive mental events means like, how do you have, we already talk about pristine mind. Let's talk about how to positive mental events. Positive mental events, I was talking about in the book, there's, For contemplations, focus more precious human life, impermanent death, and the cause and effect, the nature of samsara, means all nature world, and these things they say is create positive thoughts, and then it's also create, also focus love, compassion, rejoice, impartiality. Also, that increases also positive thoughts, emotions, and also mental events. And like, for example, I was talk about last time, I think sometime I taught this. If your mind is clear, your mind is pristine, but at the same time, and you have more energy, more presence, and then you need to have more positive thoughts. Positive thoughts are very important. Let's say, for example, you look at something somewhere, you see something. If you have compassion, then you feel that there's energy of compassion. Mind is pristine, same time, you have compassion, there's energy of compassion. But you don't have compassion, you look that, you feel nothing. There's no energy. Just maybe, okay, you didn't notice it. But there's compassion, you feel that compassion. Compassion is not like that feeling sad. Compassion is feel warmth and connected, feel grounded, and feel, compassion feeling is a very special experience, very special feelings. Feel connect, feel, warmth, and also feel, they call that is tenderness, and feel, feel happiness there. Happy means mind internally feels good when you feel compassion. That means I call that happiness. Feels good internally, and that calls for positive mental events. Feel compassion means, my all beings have free from suffering and conditioned suffering. You have everyone to not have pain. It's not have pain means just not someone's sick, but just every individual. Even if someone's not completely healthy, Paul or Josh, for example, I have the compassion for them, even when they are not healthy. I need to have compassion always these people. You understand? Paul and Josh, they're good condition. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, I have compassion naturally. Because what my compassion says, I have compassion means, I have that compassion, that means I never want to suffer Paul, let's say, Josh. If I don't have that, then maybe I'm harm. I don't have that attitude, maybe I harm or I don't care Paul's suffering. But I have that attitude, I don't want to suffer Paul mentally, emotionally, and physically, or I don't want Josh suffer mentally, emotionally, physically. I have that attitude, even if they're completely okay, and then that's my attitude. That's my mindset. And that means that my actions, everything's, follow that attitude. Then therefore, there's no way I can harm Paul, but I always have that attitude. Whether we are talking, whether we are fighting, whether we are disagree, anytime I need that attitude. That's feel compassion is that. It's not like some feeling, and means in some feel it's not that. Even you fighting someone, even you disagree with someone, the other person you don't want to suffer. And and you just doesn't matter, and that is called compassion. It's not like that, feel sorry, that kind put down. It's not, that's called, it's not a compassion, let it be put down maybe. But whatever you do, you see other person is, you don't want to suffer that because they're just like you. That compassion. Love is, love is very important also. You want to be happy, everyone. Also Paul and Josh, for example. Paul and Josh, you want to happy everyone. Whether I fighting or disagree, even if you are no longer friend, still I wish they're happy. If you have that attitude, then that's best communicator. Whether I disagree with him, I'm fighting him, I never Paul should have never happy. I never have that. And someone you have genuine love, have that kind of attitude. Love is just attitude. You need to develop that. And you think about it slowly, and in conclusion, say, I wish everyone has happiness and conditions happiness. You have that attitude, then you always be with even if you're even if you say something directly, but still you have that attitude, and therefore the love and compassion focus that is creates more positive mental events. Mental events, let's say, I always talk about this is container. This container is clean, and then put water is very clean, and then you drink is very healthy, yeah? And container is clean, and the water is clean. Similarly, your mind is pristine, and your mental events are positive. That's called healthy mind. That's called perfect mind. And what we need to do is, right now I'm talking about improve our mind is more pristine, access that, and also mental events are more positive. I think mental events are more positive. This is therefore, if let's say if you develop one compassion, develop your mind. You cultivate one emotion, let's say compassion. You develop compassion. Let's say you don't have right now compassion, then you develop one compassion. One compassion alone creates multiple positive thoughts in your mind. Changing the environment in your mind. For example, there's dark everywhere. You illuminate some light, and then you see, there's every night dark here. You put lamp, and you see the circle. You create huge area. There's light, yeah. And similar, your mind is just ordinary thoughts. I like this, I don't like this. I'm just this is my shoe, this is my house, and just ordinary thoughts. In your mind, some going on, and you put inside there compassion. Let's say you put inside compassion that illuminates around your mind, and there's create disappear more negative thoughts. Many negative thoughts create more positive thoughts, and more positive thoughts. Born with compassion. I say I have compassion, Paul. Even I have more tolerance, Paul, because I have compassion, Paul. Because compassion, tolerance go together, and tolerance and patience, understanding, seeing the big picture. Not always react each momentally, and if you react momentally, easy to come down maybe. And and then compassion create more other thoughts. Same as love, and all these things, love and compassion, all these things are part of meditation. That means improve your mind, improve your mental events, improve your mental events, improve your life. Yeah, improve your life. How do you transform your life? Two things: you need a more pristine mind. You need to have, improve your mental events. That's very easy, obvious, yeah, and evidence, and that means improve. For example, more pristine mind means you lose the negative, you lose the negative emotions, and for example, many things. For example, you develop compassion, you maybe lose anger. like me, 5 pounds. Lose anger is, mentally, emotionally. And therefore, I think we need to have, not, just meditating, that's it. It's not. We need clearly what we need to do, Therefore, it's a very profound experience and also very, very special experience this is. Therefore, improve our mental events and then we have more pristine mind. That is called, that's called improve your mind and then also improve your life. And I think that's really our this year we need 17, I'm sorry. 2017 is that. And therefore I was, how do you do that? I just talk about mental events. How do you improve? There's 4, in my book they're called 4 facts. And the Pristine Mind, that also talk about their details about how do you improve that. 4 facts. And therefore, you contemplate in that, and why they improve your mind, because if we focus positive and increase positive thoughts, mental events, if we focus negative, then increase negative thoughts, emotions, and therefore, and how do you increase positive mental events? And because then we may focus like these 4 facts. And then also 4 boundless ones, love and compassion, joy and partiality. And these things we are called meditating these things. Think about. And that's our job. And therefore, I think that's really key to happiness every day. How do you happy every moment is how that moment your mind is. And that moment your mind is more pristine, you have more thoughts or emotions, you have definitely, he or she is today happy because he or she has some degree pristine mind or more positive mental events. It means that day he's happy there. And that can detour. And if someone's happy, you look, their mind, you ask questions, what's your state of mind like? And this, and what do you think about it? You always found out their mind is clear and their mind is more positive. But sometimes people are depressed, angry, and, feel, empty, feel discontent. You see that moment, what is found out is people's mind is more distorted, and mainly then the mental events are negative. They're unhappy equals. You can write down when you're unhappy day, what is your state mind like that moment? You see, found out always negative distortion. So when you're happy, what you found out that day, you see your mind is clear. And then also you have more positive mental events. And that really, really everybody's experience. And therefore, that's the case. And what we do is, the number 1 is have more pristine mind, have positive mental events, and that means we always feel joy and happiness every moment. And also there's fulfillment. That's really a brief review about this today 2017 we need to do this. It's very, very important. I think they says if you work you transform your mind this way, that means every area of your life it changes, feels very differently. And therefore, I was many years I want to talk meditation. It's not just only you talk meditation, but it's a big impact. That's my goal. Impact everybody's. I mainly focus. When I talk meditation, it's not intellectually some ideas, but how do you really focus is transform human life? How do you transform human mind? That's really our meditation is. It's not really some religion, some ideas. How do you transform your body? Then there's ways to do, but just just don't do, say, do something, but there's a way to do where you need to clear how to do that, yeah? And similar, how do you transform your mind is the same way. And that means, that's really I want to do is very practical and very direct approach. And that's really this meditation is. I was, many months this year, last year, last year, I went to different places. What I see is, for me, any other meditations for new people, someone's never heard meditations, very hard to address any other meditation, but easy to address Pristine Mind meditation, even if someone never heard. Because I just mainly is very, very direct. If your mind is polluted, you feel this. Your mind is pristine, you feel this. It's very easy to talk about. Like this, pristine mind is like saying, when your mind is, your body is unhealthy, you feel this. Your body is healthy, you're feeling that way. And it's very saying similar. One is talk about body, the other is talk of mind. My approach is when I talk mind, then it's very easy when your mind is polluted, and I talk about what is mind is polluted, what is pollutions. I was talking about thoughts, emotions, and beliefs, many different kind of thoughts, emotions pollute your mind. Then how do you remove these things? It's very direct for me. Is talk to someone even new, because why it's for me it's very easy, because this is truth. I'm not talking about some belief system or someone don't know anything. I was talking about everybody's feeling. What do you feel, and what do we feel? Why we feel this way, It's everyone's feelings and their experiences. Directly, I can talk about it, then I can have more confidence talk about that, because you feel unhappiness because number one, your mind is distorted. Number two, because you're completely identify your mental events. It's very easy. That's why you're feeling unhappiness or stress is the same way. Why you feel happiness? Because your mind is clear, your mental events are more positive. It's a very direct, experience. And that really, I was, even if someone never heard meditation, I can easy to address Pristine Mind meditation. And the reason I was talking about this is because it's very practical. We need a very more practical and really direct approach. And then I want to transform everyone's life this way. That we have here, I think everybody's priorities, like reshaping your mind. and and I think now we have a short break and a little bit, and then we come back, we have a little bit practice meditation, and doing lots to practice meditation also, and some question answers. Thank you. Okay, welcome back today, this afternoon. No, this morning, not afternoon. I thought we have lunch, then come back. Then we want to do how to clarify your mind. But the very wonderful thing is, your mind is already pristine, but how do, then mental events came, they obscured your mind, and then it means, then how do you relieve mental events? Then just you gain your original nature, that's it. And this I think almost scientific, because why I'm saying, because your mind is involved conditions, conditions impact your mind. For example, something you are something you have negative, your mind is involved in negative condition, then impacts negatively. And positive condition impact positively, yeah. Good, bad things impact you. Mind is focused in all external conditions that impact your mind, yeah. And that's really the almost scientific. Your mind is about all these things. Let's say your mind is not involved external conditions. What happened? Then all conditions are disappear. Yeah? All conditions of mind is disappear. Because mental events cannot survive. You're not focused external conditions. Because all 100% mental events come from focused external conditions. Good, bad, positive, negative, they're the conditions, yeah. And the more you focus, the more you have mental events, yeah. The more your attention goes outside, mess with conditions, positive and negative, good and bad. You and me, like ugly and beautiful, clean and unclean, this is yours, this is my problem, it's not my problem, it's your problem, it's not your problem. You did this, therefore I'm very upset. And no, that's not true. And all these things our mind is involved, these things, and then our mind, we have more mental events, create more mental events, all between all this argument or this, and that's really almost scientific, experiential. But let's say you're not focused all these things. No conditions, no positive, negative, good and bad, clean, unclean, you and me, you just not focus that. What happens? All these events fall apart. All events vanished. Because they cannot survive, Cannot survive. There's no way they can survive. For example, you took this all wall, then this ceiling comes down. You cannot survive, Ceiling comes down. Similarly, if you not focus any external conditions, your mental events cannot survive. They just disappear. They disappear. And that's almost scientific. I think that we can call it, because that's really like that. Therefore, during the meditation, what we're doing is, we are not focused external conditions. We are not focused external conditions. We are not focused past and future. When you are not focused past and future, not focused on anger, unhappiness, sadness, or negative emotions, or positive emotions, love and compassion, gratitude, all these things, and positive and negative, both mental events cannot survive, they all disappear. When they all disappear, and then mind is really shows original condition, What's originally conditioned is free from mental events. That's really originally mind is. And then you arrive there, it's called your mind is innately pristine. That's we arrive there, we see that. They call direct perception. And then therefore they say, Guru Rinpoche, Pama, don't follow past, don't anticipate in future. And then because they're the producer of mental events. They're the producer of mental events, focus past and future, and stay present moment, and leave your mind alone. Leave your mind alone. It's not focus in any. Just leave your mind just as just stay with your awareness, and stay like that. It's called meditation position. Meditation. Not position, I don't know. Meditation technique, like something like that. And if you do that, there's meditation experience is dissipating mental events. It's just naturally dissipating. You don't need to do anything other than just leave your mind alone. That's only you need to do. That's only you need just leave your mind alone. That's only you need to do. There's nothing you can do. There's no require anything. Yeah, require anything. That's only you need to do. You have one job. Is leave your mind alone. That's only you have one job. And if you do that, then experience naturally kicks in, yeah. Experience naturally kicks in. What is experience is? Downfall or dissipating mental events. That's naturally occurring. Have you done one thing, naturally mental events are dissipating, or maybe you're already there, maybe. No one knows. Someone's really meditating, just sit there, they're already there. You don't need dissipating mental events. Maybe they don't have mental events, maybe. They just sit here, that's the best position. Sometimes, many times, you don't have, lots of mental events. The Dzogchen, Mahamud are teaching, just what is really is, remind yourself, that's it. You need to remind yourself. Remember, stay present moment. I need be present moment, live your mind. You remind only that. It's called, that's called mindfulness. Mindfulness many times used. And mindfulness means remember, stay present moments. That's called mindfulness. Remember, leave your mind alone. That's called mindfulness, this contact. And remind yourself, and also not just only that, when your mind is disturbed, unhappy, and then remember, mindfulness, remember, stay present moment. And then you just remind yourself. They call that, requires mindfulness. And then it's just remember then everything's, become, pristine experience, all mental events falling apart. Therefore, when we meditating, what we do is not involve any condition. Just stay where mind is, just as it is. If your mind is stay not a condition, without condition, and mind is different, expose its own nature. I don't know if that's a good word. Expose its own true nature. It's actually, it's healthy, pristine state. I think that's really, really beautiful. I think mind is, whether you're angry or fearful, worry, doesn't matter. Mind is pristine. I think that's really good. It's really, really good. And there's big hope. The whole world is crazy. People are really, things are difficult, it's like that. But I always have hope for when, no problem, my mind is, when the world is crazy, it doesn't matter. I don't care, the world is crazy, they're crazy, my mind is pristine, it's really, that's really always gave me hope for, It's not the world is horrible, my mind is dark, then it's very, very, challenging, scary experience, But it doesn't matter. World is always chaos. It's nothing new. But the only wonderful things, my mind is, pristine. There's book. There's very good quote of the Orgyen Rinpoche Pama Sambhava saying, I think this is very special. This special. Can you read this?
Yes,
that one, this one, and that really, it says, it doesn't matter. It's amazing, he says. Your suffering or anger doesn't matter. It's amazing. It's amazing. Sometimes we don't realize.
Guru Rinpoche Pamasambhava says, "How ironic that we have not recognized something that has been with us for so long. How ironic that even though it's as clear and brilliant as the sun, it is something so few people ever see. How amazing that no matter how much happiness or suffering we experience, our pristine mind never changes.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And like it's sometimes reading like that is really, really changing the experiences. Reading that kind, like it's very important. It's not like like world is so horrible, not focus that. Then read that. In more, that is more you experience. Doesn't matter how world is chaos, you have a good state of mind. And then there's people have, and that kind of diet, mental diet. When any time, how much I have bad experience, anything, I read like this kind books, completely shifted my mind. I feel totally different, and very, very, completely transformed. And therefore, and you read, and I think this is very important, like that. And it's almost medicine like that, and that's really important. And then that's the reason. And I think, doing Pristine Mind is meditation, and any forms of meditation is very important. And therefore, and then now it's time we want to do practice meditation. And the goal is, we have this awareness. Just stay with the pure awareness. Pure awareness means awareness is this moment, shining. And then stay with that, not any external conditions. And I think we need train. The training that is meditation. You're trained, not caught up external conditions. You're training that. The more we do that, the more we learn. I know how to cut out external conditions. 20 minutes. That means you're learning meditation. Oh yeah. First, we don't know how to do that, but slowly, gradually, we know how to not cut out external conditions. Stay with present moment. And that that means you know how to meditate. Definitely your mind is clear. And that means, and meditation is, and don't follow past, yesterday, day before yesterday's experiences, ideas. Just please mind, bring present moment awareness. Don't go past, be present. And then don't go future. Your mind is stuck in future. Tomorrow and this moment, tomorrow, this afternoon, projects, anything. Please don't go there. Please bring mind, present moment awareness. Be present. And then leave your mind alone means don't go after conditions, sounds, images. Or time to time, you may go there and maybe you come back, present moment. That's it. Meditation is, if you go after conditions, sound, then just come back. Stay with just this moment awareness. Only your job is leave your mind alone. Try to stay there, present moment awareness, and then that's what we need to do. That's the meditation experience. And then each time we are more meditating, we are learning. We are learning slowly. No one's meditating. Say people think meditation is easy. Like that's really, can do that. Then it's any time. Then they're supposed to be all thoughts are disappears. Not it's we are slowly progress. There's progression. I think it's very important knowing that there's progression slowly you enter deep experience. And then it's today is New Year, and then this year I think we improve our mind, improve our meditation. I think that's the goal. And then I hope everybody to home, and I think number one is you can put the shrine room, meditation room. That's very important, designate. Like you have office, you cannot work like couch, you just working. You need office, yeah? There's a designated office, and you go there, your job is just working, and then it's fun, but you just mix with, and relax and work, same place, it's hard to work, when I'm doing working or relaxing, very confused. They have office. Similarly, also you can, anywhere you can practice, but you have very designate some areas, shrine room. This is my practice meditation. You can put statues, and you can put shrine room, flowers, very comfortable cushion, somewhere there, and that supports your practice. It's very important. Some around your house, there's a room. I went to a few years ago. I said many people went to their places, set up shrine rooms, meditation rooms. And I want to talk about here, the book here inside, how to set up shrine room. And I think that's important. And then you go there and practice meditation, Pristine Mind, and then then we have ended this month. We have another. I think you need to do 1-2 times. The group, and then you can do yourself. I think that's very important because it's like body, mind, and also like whole entire experiences and to do with our consciousness. But number one priority is, our consciousness become pure, pristine, and that's good when we live. That's good when we die. That's when we go after death. I think there's not much to do. We are getting old, our physical body, But there's so many things we can do. Our consciousness, awareness, and then we can transform our consciousness. That's very wonderful, thing. Then I think there's some more to say that our consciousness level and put best place. And there's Tibetan Book of Death, and let's talk about what is really not, what it is when you live, what do you do your consciousness, and when you die, what do you do your consciousness. And there's so many different things you can do, but the one is to do every day practice Pristine Mind. And when we are here, and when we can do here and doing the practice, it's very important. I recommend. Then I hope everybody gets some experience, and that's my hope. And that's good. Then Happy New Year, and we are finished today. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes.